Hello guys, and welcome back. Where last left off, Switzerland joined the Central Powers and has declared war on France and has actually taken land in France. And I have reason to believe that Russia lost a massive army here of some 22 divisions, which is about 300,000 men. So yeah, I'm not gonna show the full map. That only seems to cause problems, so unfortunately you're just gonna have to see the war unfold as this. And yeah, so if I go to my decisions, minimum wage. It turns out that there is an option that's just flatly good, which is low. It lowers the national dissent, gives me plus 0.01 to my manpower and plus 1 IC, which is what I need to produce Vin. So let's just go with low. I mean, if I go high, then I start losing money, which is something I don't want to do, so low. And look, I'm slowly bringing it down. Soon I'll be able to actually join without any real Finn issue. I'll go with issue on that. You know when you just can't think of the word? Yeah. So go above normal. So Greece has joined the war, so that front will stay pretty much quiet until Belgium? Damn it! Bulgaria joins the war. Because they usually do join the war, occasionally they don't. But they'll usually join the war, and they might take a few provinces in Serbia, just behind this river, and probably a few provinces in Greece. That should be a mostly stable region, though. Something to draw away some of the power of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Switzerland. By the way, I did take a quick look before I started recording. There's Swiss troops fighting. It was part of the reason why Russia lost troops here. And there's Swiss troops fighting all across the borders along here. I think there's even Swiss troops along here. They're everywhere. Swiss troops are everywhere. Some of the hardest fighters in probably the Axis. Okay, so our national industry, and just industrial and force limits. We don't need to worry about that, because we're not nearly at our national force limits or industry limits. Okay, Tibet had Sikh British resistance. Australia had renegade Turks attack. Okay, so the Turkish might join the war. They might, although they might not. If they don't, then that's okay, I suppose. But I prefer it if they did. It kind of brings the war a bit closer to how it was. So I don't know, if they don't declare war by like 1916, maybe I'll make them declare war, who knows? You know, I can't just go to Turkey, click declare war, and that'll be it. Or join alliance, that'll probably be it as well. And then a few chain events can set off, and maybe the dividing of the Middle East can happen. Maybe Turkey could push the Russians back even further and gain land, who knows? In the meantime, though, we're just keeping this constant border. They peeled away a few men, although they aren't really peeling away all the men, which is a big problem for them. They should really be over there, especially here. I don't know what they got along here, but they really need to send more men. Now, what should I do? Since I'm not really doing much, I could start renaming some of these divisions. So you know what? I will. So this is not 7th Division, this is... no. Let's see if I can figure one out. Until I can do something. Let's actually slow it down a little bit more. To normal. You shall be the first... Oh, there we go. That was what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for tech. That's the first something or other. Should I go for this? Or should I go for this? Probably should go for that. Should I start working on my army now? It is getting to that point, so I guess I'll start working on this. So logistics would probably be a really good idea. I'm even going to start a war. Want someone with high skill. If you can't get somebody with all these traits, it's best just get someone with high skill, because skill equals speed. So I'll go with the 5-1 here, I suppose. That should hopefully increase my supply limit, and I'll be able to fight in France if possible. And these are not going to be built for, well, made for some time. So, here, you are just the first at the moment. You shall be the first. I don't know, French front? Or just first French? I don't know. The first French front. You are the first French front. Could be a tongue twister. Right, and you shall be the second. These men will be dedicated to the French front. Hopefully I'm spelling French right. I'm like 90% sure I am. But, you know, I have a history of not getting spelling right. Okay, Barcelona doesn't actually provide a border with France, so I'll make them join. I guess this will just be the French division. Or French... That's not French. French, Aid Army. There we go, the French Aid Army with the several fronts.
Since the beginning of this year, England and France
That makes you the third. And you shall also become the fourth. I don't know how many I'm gonna rename. Probably not many, I hope. See, I was thinking of naming some... That's not front. I was thinking of renaming some to the Italian front, but the Italian front never seems to move. If I sent them there, they wouldn't do much, so I'll combine these two armies. Oh. No, that's not right. Why'd you make it like that? You just removed the army. You fool. There we go. Right, well, I gotta rename this to the French Aid Army again. Or the first French Aid Army. And I didn't capitalize that A for some reason. This is the height of excitement right now, and I didn't even spell aid. I should just stop typing. How are we doing? So I think the border is cleared up a little bit more. I think Germany's pushed on a bit further. Overall, though, pretty static. Nothing's really happened. I don't have any artillery, do I? No, only horses. It is only horses, which could be seen as a bit of an issue. I'm slowly upgrading my men, or this man here, who's 67% of the way done. These men cannot be moved because of an event. That might be the Spanish Civil War, I don't know. But I can't actually command them. Factory Madrid is being reduced. Overall, though, I don't really think there's much else I want to do. So yeah, by the way, I don't want to convert oil, since I'm not going to be using much. I'll just throw it on very fast, and we'll get on with this, I suppose. I will bring down, my consumer goods when I'm, like, in a relatively good position. I mean, it's finally coming down. I was at 50 at max, and now I'm at 25, you know, and then hopefully soonish I'll be able to get my taxes back and my public security. Get that back, that'll take off like 9 instantly. And maybe this year, or like late this year or early next year, I'll be in the war. I'll be helping out, and we'll be doing stuff. At the moment, thankfully, it's a bit static. Ah, there we go, Bulgaria. Knew it would happen. I don't think the Ottomans are going to be joining. I don't know how I feel about that. I could make them join. I really could make them join. But I guess I'm going to find out how this front does. Because what they would have done is left all their men on this front, but they would have very lightly garrisoned these. So I don't know if they'll actually make a difference there. The front hasn't moved, and we are moving pretty fast there. What do you mean Greece went with her main neutral and Bulgaria joins the Central Powers? You're in the war! You're right there! Well... Nope. Oh no, that's bad. Epidemic outbreak. A disease has been consistently growing among our people. Our hospitals and public health services were not prepared to deal with it. The problem has increased and now it can be called an epidemic outbreak. God damn it! I just can't get a break. Every time I think I'm getting a little bit further on, nope. Slaps me down. Anyway, we've got all the sort of research tech that we can get at the moment. So for now, should I move on to more infantry related? Or should I keep going with what I'm doing? I suppose just keep going. Yep, go production. Any good production ones? Now we see that this guy specializes in industrial engineering, and this requires a lot of industrial engineering. Or I could go with this, which is a 6, double the speed, but they don't specialize in most of the mass production. See, I don't actually know if that which is better here. I guess since this does both, and I don't know, it's this year, it should be fine. Yeah, we'll get about 20%. It should, yeah, it goes up about 20-40%. That's actually pretty good right there, so it'll all be fine. Ah, the carrier pigeon! Domesticated pigeons have been recorded as far back as 3000 BC as pets of the Egyptians. Now what this will let us do is we will be able to use this as kind of an espionage fin. Not an espionage fin, decryption. It's really weird. You can send messages back from the front line, and it allows us to detect enemy armies. It's something I'll be doing. The last one you can get is 1948, and now we have enforced a trade and tech embargo of Germany. Were we trading with Germany? We might have been. Seems like everyone's done it, though. Everyone is against Germany. As it should be. Nobody's conquering the Swiss, though. Italy should be joining this year, though. Which will add another front. We'll have, like, every country in Africa, barring... like, every position in Africa, barring, Abyssinia and Liberia. And you, now that you got what you was making, what should I have you do? I guess I should probably go with infantry now. I should probably go with... if I'm going to be joining the war, I should probably have good infantry at the very least. So I'm going to go with, probably this. 6. Get that rolling. Portugal? Stealing my stuff? What are you doing? Currently I've only got like this one army dedicated to the French front. The rest, I have no idea. They'll probably all be in the French front. Maybe Belgium. I won't name them. I really shouldn't name them. It'll only set a precedent that I'm not going to keep. Ah, there we go, Italy. Italy has joined. And now, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. No idea whatsoever, because Switzerland is also fighting here. So it's either going to be really bad for Italy, or it's going to be really bad for Switzerland. It depends how many men are going to be thrown at the problem. How are we doing here? This... oh, wait! Belgrade! Oh, yes, I knew it! They didn't defend that area. They didn't expect to... they didn't think they would need to defend that area, and now Zurich is completely unguarded. If actually, that is really, really bad. There is no forts from now on up until... no, you could actually make a direct front to Berlin without any fortresses. I don't even think there's much in the way of manpower here. I've got to take a look. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna take a look. Hold on. Okay, this is gonna be really bad, and it's gonna destroy my recording, but as long as I get one part today... there's no real thing. No space. Yep, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Russia... they do not have enough men to guard the way to St. Petersburg or Petrograd. There is nothing in the north. If they break through the south, they're going to have an open season there. Belgrade has been taken. I think I'm done there. Wow, that's amazing. So, overall, I don't know. With the joining of Italy, looks like the fortune in the west is turning. But in the east, they're doomed. I'm sorry, they're just doomed. Nothing you can really do there. They don't need me. France doesn't need me. Russia really needs me. Because there's nothing, there is no men. At least they're going to turn to communism. I think that's a surefire thing now. They're going to turn to communism. Germany's going to peace them out. Looks like Serbia is collapsing. It only took a little bit. The Ottomans are not joining. That'll be a strange roadblock in the days to come, I imagine, then. Although I don't know if that messes up a lot of Cold War stuff if Britain does not own this area. I don't know. I really feel like I should force the Ottomans to join. You know what? In the next part, I force the Ottoman Empire to join the war. I'm gonna do it. First World War, I want it to turn out a certain way, which is the Central Powers defeated Russia and communism. After that, it doesn't really matter. But I want sort of the post-war stuff to be about right. Don't know what you feel about that, guys, but that's my decision. So, the Ottoman Empire will be forced to join, and I will see you in the next part. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Later, guys.